Ahead, Standard! Hut! Captain on the bridge! Able Squadron, ready, sir. Ahead, full. No problem. Enemy ship in sight. Ahead, Standard. We are going. Ahead, full. Enemy ship sunk. Prepare for battle. Ahead, Standard. Able Squadron. Ready, sir. Enemy ship sunk. Prepare for battle. Enemy ship sunk. Ahead, full. Able 1, RTB. Ahead, Standard. Allied ship lost. Prepare for battle. Enemy ship sunk. Ahead, full. Able Squadron. Ready, sir. Prepare for battle. Enemy ship sunk. Ahead, Standard. We are going. Ahead for battle. Allied ship lost. Able Squadron. Ready, sir. Ahead, Standard. Enemy ship sunk. Allied ship lost. Allied ship lost. Prepare for battle. Ahead, full. All right. Allied ship lost. Ahead, enemy ship ready, sir. Prepare for battle. Allied ship lost. Allied ship lost. Prepare for battle. Enemy ship sunk. Ahead, full. Able 1, RTB. Ahead, Standard. Enemy ship in sight. Ahead, full. Able Squadron. Ready, sir. All right. Ahead, Standard. Ready, sir. Able squadron. Ready, sir. Ahead, standard. Ahead, standard. Ready, sir. Copy that. Ahead, full. Enemy ship in sight. Prepare for battle. Able 1, RTB. Ahead, standard.